You have been lied to about your body. Not maliciously, perhaps, but lied to nonetheless. You have been taught that your health depends primarily on forces outside yourself, on doctors, on medicines, on luck, on genetics, on germs, on the inevitable deterioration that comes with age. You have been trained to be helpless before disease, dependent upon external authorities for healing, resigned to declining health as you grow older. Every one of these teachings is false. The truth, and I say this after witnessing thousands of healings over 3 decades of ministry, is that within your body at this moment resides a healing intelligence more powerful than any drug, more skilled than any surgeon, more knowledgeable about your specific needs than any physician who has ever examined you. This intelligence has been maintaining your body flawlessly since the moment of your conception. It knows precisely what your body needs and exactly how to provide it. Why, then, do you get sick? Why does disease exist if this perfect physician resides within you? Because this inner physician follows your instructions, and most people spend their entire lives unconsciously instructing it to create disease rather than health. Your conscious thoughts and beliefs are commands to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind obeys those commands with perfect fidelity, creating in your body exactly what you habitually think and believe. Change your commands, and you change your body. It is that simple and that profound. The physician within. Why, your body knows more than your doctor. I have witnessed something remarkable in my 35 years of ministry, something that challenges everything the medical profession teaches about the nature of healing. I have seen men and women cure themselves of conditions doctors declared incurable. I have watched tumors dissolve, chronic pain vanish, and damaged organs restore themselves to perfect function, all through the conscious direction of a healing intelligence that resides within every human body. Your body possesses an inner physician far more knowledgeable than any medical doctor, more skilled than any surgeon, and more resourceful than any pharmacy. This inner healer is your subconscious mind, the intelligence that directs every heartbeat, coordinates every breath, orchestrates every immune response, and repairs every wound, all without your conscious awareness or effort. Consider this profound truth. At this very moment, your subconscious mind is performing millions of complex operations in your body. It is regulating your blood pressure, maintaining your body temperature at precisely 98.6 degrees, directing the production of hormones in exact quantities, coordinating the movement of food through your digestive tract, and commanding your immune system to identify and destroy foreign invaders. It does all this perfectly, effortlessly, ceaselessly, and it has been doing so since before you were born. This same intelligence that maintains your body in health possesses the knowledge and power to restore it when disease appears. While doctors treat symptoms from the outside, your inner physician works from the cause. While medicine attacks disease with chemicals, your inner physician rebuilds health with divine intelligence. I recall Mrs. Helen Davison from Chicago, a woman who came to me in deep despair. For 12 years, she had suffered from debilitating migraines that struck without warning and lasted for days. She had consulted 15 different doctors, neurologists, headache specialists, even traveled to the Mayo Clinic. She had tried every medication available. She had spent thousands of dollars seeking relief. Nothing helped. The migraines continued, stealing days from her life, preventing her from working, keeping her in darkened rooms while life passed her by. When she sat in my office, she wept as she told me, "Dr. Murphy, the doctors say there's nothing more they can do. I'm supposed to just learn to live with this pain for the rest of my life." I looked at this suffering woman and said, "The doctors have done their best with the knowledge they possess, but they have overlooked the greatest healing power that exists, the infinite intelligence within your own subconscious mind. This power created your body and knows exactly how to heal it. I taught her the simple technique of speaking directly to her subconscious mind each night before sleep. As she lay in bed, relaxed and receptive, she would place her hands gently on her head and affirm with feeling, "Divine healing intelligence dissolves all tension in my head and neck. Perfect circulation flows freely through every blood vessel. My nervous system is calm and balanced. I sleep in peace and awaken renewed, free from all pain." She practiced this faithfully for 3 weeks. Within that time, her migraines ceased completely. When she returned to a neurologist for a scheduled appointment, he examined her thoroughly and found no explanation for her recovery. "This is medically inexplicable," he told her. "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." I called it natural law, the inner physician responding to conscious direction after years of being ignored. You see, the tragic truth is that most people never learn to communicate with this divine intelligence within them. They surrender their healing power entirely to external authorities. They place their faith in prescription bottles rather than in the healing wisdom that animates their very cells. They look everywhere for healing except the one place where healing actually originates within their own consciousness. The medical profession, despite its genuine desire to help, has created a fundamental misunderstanding about the nature of your body. Doctors are trained to view your body as a complex machine that requires external intervention when it malfunctions. This perspective creates dependency and helplessness. Patients come to believe they have no power over their physical condition, that healing must come from outside themselves through drugs or surgery. But your subconscious mind already controls every automatic function in your body. It operates a perfect pharmacy, producing exactly the chemicals needed for healing at precisely the right moments. It directs your immune system with flawless precision. It coordinates the repair of damaged tissues. It knows exactly where healing is needed and how to accomplish it. The question is not whether your inner physician can heal you. It does so constantly. The question is whether you will learn to consciously direct this healing power rather than unconsciously directing it toward disease through negative thoughts and beliefs. Your subconscious mind responds to images, feelings, and beliefs, not to logic or reasoning. When you visualize perfect health with deep feeling, your inner physician receives clear, authoritative instructions. When you worry constantly about disease, you give equally clear instructions for dysfunction. Every spontaneous healing your body has ever performed, every cut that closed, every infection overcome, every fever broken, every pain that gradually subsided happened through your subconscious mind's direction. You have been experiencing miracles your entire life without recognizing the power responsible for them. Begin today by acknowledging your inner physician. Before sleep tonight, place your hand over your heart and say with conviction, "I thank the infinite healing intelligence within me that has maintained my body perfectly throughout my life. I now consciously cooperate with this divine wisdom. I trust its perfect knowledge and unlimited power." When you feel any discomfort, instead of immediately reaching for medication, pause for a moment. Close your eyes and ask, what is my inner physician trying to communicate to me? This doesn't mean you should refuse medical care when needed. It means you add conscious mental direction to whatever treatment you choose, knowing that the real healing must come from within. Throughout your day, monitor your thoughts about your body. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm getting sick," or "this pain will never go away," or "I'm falling apart," stop immediately. These are instructions to your subconscious mind to create the very conditions you fear. Instead, affirm with feeling, "My inner physician is working perfectly to restore complete health to every part of my body. Divine healing energy flows through me now." After reading this chapter, you will never again see your body as a vulnerable machine at the mercy of germs, heredity, and chance. You will recognize yourself as consciousness directing physical form, as a spiritual being with dominion over your bodily functions. When symptoms appear, your first thought will no longer be, "What doctor should I see?" but rather, "What instruction am I giving my inner physician through my thoughts and beliefs?" This single recognition that an infinite intelligence within you controls every bodily function and possesses unlimited healing power is the foundation of all miraculous healing. It is the truth that sets you free from helpless dependency on external authorities. It is the key that unlocks the treasure house of perfect health that resides within you. Your body knows more than your doctor because your body was designed by infinite wisdom. Trust it, listen to it, direct it consciously toward perfect health. The physician within awaits your recognition and cooperation. The two masters. How your conscious mind programs your body's healing. In the previous chapter, you discovered that an inner physician, your subconscious mind, controls every function of your body with perfect intelligence. Now you must understand the most important principle of health and healing. Your conscious mind is the master programmer, and your subconscious mind is the faithful servant that executes every instruction perfectly, including instructions for disease. This is the shocking truth most people never grasp. Your subconscious mind never makes mistakes. It never rebels. It never malfunctions. It simply creates in your body exactly what your conscious thoughts and beliefs tell it to create. When you think, "I always catch colds in winter," your subconscious responds like an obedient servant, "Yes, master. I will create a cold for you this winter." When you believe, "Cancer runs in my family," your subconscious works diligently to fulfill that belief. When you say, "I'm getting old and falling apart," your subconscious accepts this as a command and begins the process of deterioration. The supreme tragedy is not that your body fails you, it's that your body succeeds perfectly at manifesting your negative beliefs. Let me tell you about Robert Foster, a businessman from New York who came to see me several years ago. Robert was 45 years old and convinced he would die young like his father, who had passed away at age 47 from heart disease. This belief haunted Robert constantly. He would tell anyone who listened, "Heart disease runs in my family. My father died at 47. I probably will too." By the time Robert came to me, he was experiencing chest pains and shortness of breath. His doctor had performed tests that showed early arterial blockage, the beginnings of heart disease. "You see, Dr. Murphy," Robert said, almost triumphantly, "it's hereditary. I knew this would happen. It's in my genes." I looked at this intelligent man and said, "Robert, you have not inherited heart disease from your father. You have inherited his beliefs about the heart, and your subconscious mind is faithfully creating the condition you've programmed it to create." He was stunned. "But the doctors say heart disease is hereditary," he protested. "Beliefs are hereditary," I replied. "Mental patterns are hereditary. Your father probably lived in constant worry about his heart, and you absorbed that worry as a child. You've been programming your subconscious mind for decades with the belief that you will develop heart disease. Your subconscious is simply following your instructions." I taught Robert to reprogram his subconscious mind with a new belief. Every morning and evening he would place his hand over his heart and affirm with deep feeling, "Divine life flows through my heart, making it strong and perfect. My heart functions flawlessly. Every beat is powerful and regular. My arteries are clear and flexible. I am filled with vibrant health and vitality." Robert resisted at first. "But how can I say these things when my tests show blockage?" he asked. "Your tests show what your past thinking created," I explained. "Now, you are creating your future through new thinking. Your subconscious mind will respond to your new instructions just as faithfully as it responded to your old ones." Robert committed to this practice. He repeated his affirmation 20 times each morning and evening with intense feeling. He refused to speak about heart disease or family history anymore. He deliberately interrupted any thought of "I'll die like my father" with his new truth. Divine life flows through my heart. 6 months later, Robert's follow-up tests showed remarkable improvement. His arterial blockage had decreased significantly. His doctor called it unusual, but attributed it to Robert's improved diet and exercise program. I knew better. Robert had reprogrammed his subconscious mind, and his body had no choice but to follow the new instructions. You must understand this principle deeply. Your subconscious mind has no will of its own. It cannot argue with you, refuse your commands, or modify your instructions. When you consciously think, "I'm tired, I'm getting old, or I'm sick," your subconscious responds, "Yes." Master, and creates that reality in your body. This makes your conscious thoughts the most powerful medicine or poison you consume. Most people program their bodies unconsciously through habitual phrases that they repeat without thinking. This always happens to me. "I'm not getting any younger. I can't handle stress. I catch everything that's going around. My back always acts up." Each statement is a direct command to your subconscious mind to create the condition described. Your subconscious mind is like a faithful servant who listens to every word you say about yourself and works tirelessly to make those words true. It doesn't evaluate whether your beliefs are actually true. It simply makes them true in your experience. If you believe you are fragile, you become fragile. If you believe you are robust, you become robust. If you expect to deteriorate with age, you will deteriorate. If you expect to maintain vitality, you will maintain it. This is why two people with identical medical diagnoses can have completely different outcomes. One person accepts the diagnosis as their destiny and begins the mental process of decline. The other refuses to accept limitation and maintains a consciousness of perfect health. Their subconscious minds respond accordingly, creating vastly different physical realities from the same starting point. The moment you truly understand this master-servant relationship between your conscious and subconscious mind, you gain absolute power to change any physical condition by changing the instructions you give. Begin today by monitoring your language with new awareness. Listen to yourself, talk about your body, your health, your age, your energy. Every time you say, "I am," followed by any health condition, you are programming your subconscious. Replace "I'm sick" with "perfect healing is manifesting in me now." Replace "I'm tired" with "divine energy renews me constantly." When someone asks, "How are you feeling?" resist the strong temptation to list your symptoms. This habit reinforces illness by commanding your subconscious to maintain or worsen the condition. Instead, state firmly, "I am wonderfully well, thank you. My body is healing beautifully." This is not dishonesty, it is conscious direction to your inner physician. When facing any diagnosis, add this crucial phrase to your response. My conscious mind acknowledges this information, but my subconscious mind is directed to create perfect health regardless of past conditions. This separates what has been from what will be. You accept information without accepting limitation. Keep a small notebook for 1 week and record every negative statement you make about your body. You will be astonished at how many commands for disease you issue unconsciously throughout a single day. Each of these must be consciously revoked and replaced with a health-affirming truth. Remember this, your subconscious mind is waiting for your conscious direction. It has been faithfully following whatever instructions you've been giving it, including instructions for disease. Now you know better. Now you can deliberately program perfect health instead of accidentally programming illness. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is not failing you. Your body is succeeding perfectly at manifesting the dominant thoughts and beliefs you hold about it. Change the thoughts, and you change the body. This is not philosophy. This is the law of your mind, as predictable and reliable as the law of gravity. The power has always been yours. You simply didn't know you had it. The healing state, the one mental condition that cures everything. You have learned that your subconscious mind is your inner physician, and that your conscious thoughts program this physician for health or disease. Now I will reveal to you the most powerful healing secret I know, the one mental state that activates every healing power in your body and produces what others call miracles. I call this state faithful acceptance. Faithful acceptance is not mere hope, it is not positive thinking, it is not wishful imagination. It is a deep, unshakable inner knowing that your healing is already accomplished in divine consciousness and is now manifesting in your physical body. When you achieve this state, your subconscious mind receives such clear, authoritative direction that it immediately begins reorganizing every cell, every tissue, every function toward the perfect health you have accepted as real. This explains the mystery that has puzzled the medical profession for centuries. Why do some people heal miraculously while others with identical conditions deteriorate despite identical treatments? The difference is never the severity of the disease or the effectiveness of the treatment. The difference is always the mental state of the patient, whether they have entered faithful acceptance or remain trapped in doubt and fear. Let me tell you about Margaret Sawyer, a woman I met several years ago who demonstrated this principle with stunning clarity. Margaret came to me after receiving the most dreaded diagnosis, pancreatic cancer, stage 4. Her doctors had performed every test and confirmed the worst. They gave her 6 months to live, perhaps less. They recommended palliative care to keep her comfortable during her final months. When Margaret sat across from me in my office, I saw no despair in her eyes. Instead, I saw a quiet determination that startled me. "Dr. Murphy," she said calmly, "I do not accept this diagnosis as my future. I accept perfect healing as my reality." I knew immediately that this woman understood something most people never grasp. She was not denying the doctor's findings. She was refusing to make those findings her permanent condition. She was entering faithful acceptance. I taught Margaret a practice she followed religiously every night before sleep. She would lie quietly in bed, relax her entire body, and then create a mental scene of perfect health. She would see herself 6 months in the future, vibrant and strong, receiving test results that showed no trace of cancer. She would feel the joy of hearing her doctor say, "It's gone, completely gone." She would experience the gratitude of perfect health restored. But here is what made Margaret's practice powerful beyond measure. She did not practice this as something she hoped would happen. She practiced it as something that had already happened in spiritual reality and was now manifesting physically. Each night she gave thanks to God, not for future healing, but for healing already accomplished on the invisible level, now becoming visible. "Infinite intelligence has already healed me," she would affirm. "This healing is now expressing itself in my body. I give thanks for the perfect restoration occurring at this moment." She felt the truth of these words. She accepted them completely. She lived from the reality of her healing even while physical symptoms persisted. 3 months after her diagnosis, Margaret returned to her oncologist for examination. The doctor performed new scans and studies. When he reviewed the results, he sat in stunned silence for several minutes. "Mrs. Sawyer," he finally said, "I don't know how to explain this. The cancer is gone. Completely gone. This shouldn't be possible with pancreatic cancer at this stage." Margaret smiled peacefully. "It's possible when you accept healing as already accomplished," she said. She lived another 30 years in perfect health, passing away at age 89 from natural causes, not cancer. Her case remains in medical records as an unexplained, spontaneous remission. I know exactly what happened. Her faithful acceptance gave her subconscious mind such clear direction that it created what she accepted as real. Now, you must understand the precise nature of faithful acceptance and how it differs from the weak, uncertain thinking most people practice. Hope says, maybe I'll be healed. Faithful acceptance says, I am healed. The physical evidence is simply catching up to spiritual reality. Hope wavers and doubts. Faithful acceptance stands firm. Hope pleads with God, please heal me. Faithful acceptance gives thanks. Thank you for the healing that is now manifesting. Hope looks at symptoms and feels discouraged. Faithful acceptance looks at symptoms and says, these are temporary old patterns dissolving as new perfect health emerges. Your subconscious mind responds powerfully to faith's certainty and weakly to hope's uncertainty. This is why Jesus constantly emphasized faith in his healing ministry. According to your faith be it done unto you, not according to your hope, not according to your wishes, according to your faith, your faithful acceptance of healing as present reality. But how do you enter this state of faithful acceptance? Let me give you the exact method. First, identify clearly what perfect health means for your specific condition. Do not be vague. Get crystal clear on the end result you desire. If you have a heart condition, see your heart functioning perfectly. If you have arthritis, see your joints flexible and pain-free. If you have cancer, see your body completely clear of abnormal cells. Second, in a quiet moment when you will not be disturbed, close your eyes and create a vivid mental scene of this perfect health as already real. Do not see yourself being healed in the future. See yourself already healed now. Experience it. Feel it. Make it real in your imagination. Third, speak words of acceptance with deep conviction. I accept perfect. Name your specific healing as already accomplished in divine mind. Now manifesting in my body. Infinite intelligence has performed this healing. It is done. I give thanks for this complete restoration. Fourth, and this is crucial, maintain this acceptance throughout your day. When symptoms appear, do not panic. Simply say quietly to yourself, this is simply old patterns dissolving as new perfect health manifests. My healing is already accomplished. Live from the end result. Think from the place of already being healed. Speak as someone who is healed. Make plans as someone who is healed. Feel gratitude for healing already received. Every moment of doubt is a contradictory instruction to your subconscious. If you affirm healing in the morning but worry about symptoms all afternoon, your subconscious receives conflicting commands and produces mixed results. Faithful acceptance must become your dominant mental state for it to produce complete healing. You achieve this dominance through repetition and persistence. Each time doubt arises, and it will arise, you replace it immediately with faithful acceptance. I waver for a moment, but the truth remains. My healing is already accomplished. The more consistently you maintain faithful acceptance, the more rapidly your body responds. Your subconscious mind follows your most persistent thought patterns. When faithful acceptance becomes your dominant consciousness, when you spend more time in knowing than in doubting, physical healing manifests with remarkable speed. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is the law of mind, and it works as reliably as any law of nature when you apply it correctly. Begin this practice tonight. Enter faithful acceptance before sleep. Maintain it tomorrow throughout your day. Within weeks, sometimes within days, you will see unmistakable evidence that your body is responding to your new consciousness. The one mental condition that cures everything is faithful acceptance of healing as already accomplished. Enter this state now. Your inner physician is waiting for this clear, authoritative instruction. The golden time. Why, your sleep hours are your most powerful healing hours. I have taught thousands of people the principles of mental healing over 3 decades of ministry, and I have noticed a curious pattern. Those who heal quickly and permanently have discovered one secret that others miss. They understand that the moments before sleep and immediately upon waking are when their subconscious mind is most receptive to healing instructions. The time you spend transitioning between waking and sleeping, what I call the golden time, is the most powerful opportunity for healing you possess. Yet most people waste these precious moments worrying, planning, or distracting themselves with entertainment. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. While your conscious mind rests during the night, your inner physician works continuously on whatever healing project you have assigned to it. If you impress your subconscious with healing before sleep, it has 6 to 8 hours of uninterrupted time to repair, reorganize, and restore your body according to your instructions. The moments before sleep are particularly powerful because your conscious mind's critical faculty begins to relax. During the drowsy state between waking and sleeping, your subconscious mind's defenses are down. Skepticism fades, doubt diminishes, analytical thinking quiets. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious during this golden time goes straight to the creative level where healing occurs, bypassing all the conscious resistance that normally blocks your affirmations. This explains why Jesus taught his followers to pray before sleeping and give thanks upon waking. He understood the law of mind, that the beginning and end of your day are when your subconscious is most receptive to suggestion. I recall a man named Thomas Bradley who came to me suffering from chronic insomnia and severe digestive problems. For 8 years, Thomas had tried everything the medical profession offered: sleeping pills, stomach medications, dietary changes, stress management, counseling. Nothing provided lasting relief. His inability to sleep worsened his digestive issues, and his digestive pain prevented sound sleep. He was trapped in a vicious cycle. When Thomas told me his evening routine, I understood immediately why he couldn't heal. Each night, as he lay in bed trying to sleep, his mind would race with worries about the next day's problems, review of past mistakes, and anxious thoughts about his deteriorating health. He would lie awake for hours, his stomach burning, his mind churning with negative thoughts. When he finally did sleep, it was fitful and unsatisfying. Thomas, I said, you are using the most powerful healing time available to program disease into your body. Your pre-sleep thoughts are direct instructions to your subconscious mind. You are commanding it to maintain your insomnia and digestive problems. His eyes widened. I never thought of it that way, he said. I taught Thomas to transform his pre-sleep time into healing time. Each evening, 30 minutes before bed, he would turn off the television and radio. He would prepare for sleep peacefully, reading something uplifting or listening to gentle music. When he lay down, instead of allowing his mind to race with worries, he would deliberately direct it toward healing. He would place one hand on his stomach and say with feeling, my subconscious mind now heals my digestive system completely. Every organ functions perfectly. My stomach produces exactly the right amount of acid. My intestines absorb nutrients efficiently. All inflammation is dissolving. Perfect digestion is mine. I sleep peacefully and deeply, and I awaken refreshed and restored. He would repeat this slowly with conviction, allowing the words to sink deep into his consciousness. As drowsiness came, he would simply feel the truth of perfect health until sleep overtook him. The results were remarkable. Within 1 week, Thomas noticed improvement in both his sleep and digestion. Within 3 weeks, his digestive pain had decreased by half. Within 2 months, both conditions were completely healed. He slept soundly every night and enjoyed perfect digestion for the first time in 8 years. The medical profession had treated his symptoms with pills. I had taught him to treat the cause, his subconscious programming, by using the golden time before sleep. Now let me explain to you the scientific reason why this works so powerfully. Your subconscious mind is most impressionable during the transition between waking and sleeping because your conscious mind, with all its doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs is beginning to shut down. During this hypnagogic state, as sleep researchers call it, suggestions bypass the critical factor of consciousness and go straight to the subconscious level. It is as though a doorway opens between your conscious and subconscious mind during this time, a doorway that remains mostly closed during normal waking hours. Whatever you place in your consciousness as you pass through this doorway becomes deeply impressed upon your subconscious. This is why the last thought and feeling you have before falling asleep echoes through your entire sleep cycle. If you drift off thinking about problems and feeling worried, your subconscious works all night on creating more problems. If you drift off thinking about perfect health and feeling grateful, your subconscious works all night on creating perfect health. The morning hours are equally powerful. Upon waking, before your conscious mind engages with the day's concerns, you have another golden window. The first thoughts you think and the first feelings you feel set the tone for your entire day and reinforce your healing intentions. Many people make the terrible mistake of checking their symptoms first thing in the morning. They wake up and immediately ask themselves, "How do I feel? Is the pain still there? Did I sleep well?" This focuses attention on problems and programs the day for continued difficulty. Instead, before you even open your eyes, before you move your body, say with conviction, "Thank you, infinite intelligence, for the healing that has occurred during the night. Perfect health is manifesting in me now. This will be a wonderful day." Feel these words as true. Open your eyes with expectation of good. Rise from bed with gratitude for restoration. Your morning impression sets your subconscious mind's direction for the entire day. Here is your practical protocol for using the golden time for healing. 30 minutes before your desired sleep time, begin preparing. Turn off television, telephone, and all external stimulation. Create a peaceful environment. If you wish, read something inspiring or listen to gentle music. When you lie down to sleep, place your hands on your heart or on any area of your body needing healing. Speak directly to your subconscious mind. "While I sleep, you are healing." Name specific condition. You know exactly what to do. "You are restoring perfect function. I trust your infinite intelligence. I sleep in peace and awaken renewed." Repeat this statement slowly, with deep feeling and conviction. Do not rush. Do not repeat mechanically. Mean every word. Feel the truth of it. As drowsiness begins to come, shift from words to feeling. Simply feel the sensation of perfect health. Imagine healing energy flowing through your body. Allow yourself to drift into sleep while holding this consciousness of healing and wholeness. The next morning, before opening your eyes, before moving your body, say quietly to yourself, "Thank you for the healing that occurred during the night. Perfect health is manifesting in me now." Feel gratitude. Feel renewal. Then rise and begin your day from this consciousness. Practice this protocol faithfully for 30 days. You will be amazed at the healing that occurs when you finally harness the golden time that you have been wasting. Remember, your subconscious never sleeps. While your conscious mind rests, your inner physician works. Give it clear instructions before sleep, and 8 hours of uninterrupted healing work begins. This is why sleep itself is so healing, not because the body rests, but because the subconscious mind finally has time without conscious interference to do its restorative work. The golden time is yours every single night. Use it wisely. Use it consciously. Use it for healing. The most powerful healing hours of your life are the ones you're already spending in bed. The healing formula, exact words and images that command your cells. Your subconscious mind speaks a specific language, just as you must speak French to communicate in Paris or Spanish to communicate in Mexico. You must speak the language of the subconscious to communicate healing instructions effectively. Most people fail in mental healing because they use vague, uncertain, future tense statements that their subconscious mind cannot act upon. I hope I get better someday is not an instruction, it is a wish, and wishes do not create healing. In this chapter, I will give you the exact formula for creating affirmations and visualizations that penetrate deep into your subconscious mind and command your cells to reorganize toward perfect health. I have spent 35 years observing which statements produce healing and which produce nothing. I have tested these principles with thousands of people. I have seen what works and what fails. What I am about to share with you is not theory, it is the distilled wisdom of decades of practical application. The healing formula contains 4 essential elements: present tense certainty, vivid sensory detail, powerful emotional charge, and grateful acceptance. When you combine these 4 elements in your affirmations and visualizations, your subconscious mind receives clear, authoritative instructions that it must follow. Let me tell you about Dorothy Mitchell, a woman who came to me several years ago with a condition her doctor said would require lifelong medication. Dorothy had diabetes, and her blood sugar levels had been unstable for 3 years despite medication and dietary management. Her physician told her she would need daily insulin injections for the rest of her life. Dorothy was only 42 years old. The thought of a lifetime of injections and medical dependence depressed her deeply. When she came to my lectures and learned about the power of the subconscious mind, hope awakened in her. But her first attempts at mental healing failed because she didn't understand the formula. "Dr. Murphy," she told me, "I've been saying I hope my diabetes gets better every night, but nothing changes." I smiled gently. "Dorothy, you're wishing, not commanding. Your subconscious mind needs clear, present tense instructions, not future hopes." I taught her the healing formula. Together we created this powerful statement: "My pancreas functions perfectly, producing exactly the right amount of insulin for my body's needs. Every cell in my body responds beautifully to balanced blood sugar. I feel energy and vitality flowing through me. Divine intelligence regulates every function flawlessly. I am grateful for my body's perfect wisdom." Notice the structure of this affirmation. Every verb is present tense. Functions, produces, responds, feel, regulates. There is no hoping, no wishing, no future possibility. There is only present reality declared with authority. Notice the sensory richness. Feel energy and vitality flowing through me. This engages the feeling sense, making the affirmation real and concrete, not abstract and vague. Notice the emotional charge. Grateful for my body's perfect wisdom. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions for impressing the subconscious mind, because you cannot feel genuine gratitude for something you don't believe you possess. Notice the grateful acceptance at the end. Affirming divine intelligence is already working perfectly. I instructed Dorothy to repeat this affirmation 5 times daily, upon waking, mid-morning, noon, mid-afternoon, and before sleep. But merely saying words would not be enough. She had to say them with feeling, with conviction, with a sense of their absolute truth. She had to visualize her pancreas glowing with divine light, functioning perfectly. She had to feel a sensation of balanced blood sugar and abundant energy. Dorothy committed to this practice with remarkable dedication. Every time she said her affirmation, she would close her eyes and see her pancreas radiating golden light. She would feel perfect health throughout her body. She would experience gratitude for healing already accomplished. After 3 months of this daily practice, Dorothy's blood sugar levels had stabilized significantly. After 6 months, her doctor was astonished to find that her pancreas was producing insulin more effectively than it had in years. After 9 months, her physician skeptically agreed to reduce and eventually eliminate her insulin injections. Dorothy has been free of diabetes and medication for 5 years now. Her doctor calls it spontaneous remission. I call it the natural result of using the correct healing formula with persistence and faith. Now let me break down this formula so you can create your own powerful healing affirmations. First, always use present tense. Never say, I will be healed or I am getting better. These project healing into a future that never arrives. Instead, declare, I am healed. Perfect health is mine now. Your subconscious responds only to present tense reality. What you claim is already true becomes true. Second, make your affirmation rich with sensory detail. Vague statements produce vague results. Do not say simply, I am healthy. Instead, create a vivid picture. I see my spine straight and strong. I feel energy flowing freely through every vertebra. I hear my doctor saying your back is completely healed. I experience perfect flexibility and strength. The more senses you engage, the deeper the impression on your subconscious mind. See the healing, feel it. Hear the words of confirmation. Experience the joy of perfect function. Make it real in your imagination, and your subconscious will make it real in your body. Third, charge your affirmation with powerful emotion. Words without feeling are like seeds without water they cannot grow. Your subconscious mind responds far more powerfully to emotion than to logic. This is why intellectual understanding of healing principles alone produces no healing. You must feel your affirmations deeply. When you declare, my heart functions perfectly, feel the joy that perfect heart function brings. Feel gratitude for your strong, steady heartbeat. Feel peace knowing that divine intelligence directs every cardiac function flawlessly. Emotionalized thoughts penetrate to the subconscious level where healing occurs. Mechanical repetition of words remains on the surface and accomplishes nothing. Fourth, always include grateful acceptance. End your affirmation with words like, I give thanks for the perfect healing now manifesting in my body, or I am grateful for my body's divine wisdom, or thank you, infinite intelligence, for this complete restoration. Gratitude is the seal of acceptance. When you truly give thanks for something, you confirm in your subconscious mind that you possess it. You cannot sincerely thank God for healing you don't believe you have. Therefore, grateful thanksgiving creates the mental state of possession that your subconscious must manifest physically. Fifth, be specific in naming what you want healed. Do not make vague requests for better health. Name the specific condition and the specific perfection you desire. My specific organ functions perfectly in every way is far more powerful than I am healthy. Your subconscious mind needs clear, precise instructions, just as a pharmacist needs a precise prescription. Something for pain is too vague. Restore perfect function to the third lumbar vertebra and surrounding nerves and muscles gives your inner physician exact directions. Here is your task. Right now, create your personal healing formula. Take paper and pen. Write down the specific condition or organ that needs healing. Then compose a 20 to 40 word affirmation that includes all 4 elements: present tense certainty, sensory detail, emotional charge, and grateful acceptance. Read your affirmation aloud. Does it generate feeling in you? Does it sound real and true? Does it create a clear picture in your mind? If not, refine it until it does. You will use this affirmation daily for at least 30 days, so make it powerful. Write your affirmation on cards, place one beside your bed, one on your bathroom mirror, one in your car. Speak it with conviction at least 5 times daily, especially before sleep and upon waking. As you speak it, visualize the perfect condition. Feel the reality of complete healing. This is the exact language your subconscious mind understands. This is how you command your cells to reorganize toward perfect health. The formula is precise because the law of mind is precise. Use it exactly as I have taught you, and healing must follow. It is law. The healing movie. How mental pictures rebuild your body. Your subconscious mind thinks in pictures, not in words. This is a profound truth that changes everything about how you approach healing. Every vivid mental image you create with deep feeling is a direct blueprint that your subconscious works tirelessly to manifest in your physical body. Words describe what you want. Images create what you want. This is why visualization is more powerful than affirmation alone. Consider this remarkable fact. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and an actual physical experience. When you watch a frightening movie, your heart races, your palms sweat, your breathing quickens even though you know intellectually that you're sitting safely in a theater. Your subconscious responds to the images as if they were real. This same principle works for healing. When you repeatedly watch your mental healing movie with emotional involvement, your subconscious accepts those images as reality and begins reconstructing your body to match what it sees in your mind. Let me tell you about James Patterson, a singer who came to me several years ago with a devastating diagnosis. James had discovered a growth on his vocal cords that threatened to end his career. His doctor recommended immediate surgery, but warned that the procedure carried serious risks he might lose his voice permanently. James was paralyzed with fear. His voice was his livelihood, his passion, his identity. The thought of losing it was unbearable. I taught James the visualization technique. 3 times daily for 20 minutes, he would sit quietly, close his eyes, and create a detailed mental movie of perfect healing. He would see his vocal cords clearly smooth, vibrant, pink, healthy, with no growth whatsoever. He would watch himself singing powerfully, hitting every note with ease and beauty. He would feel the joy and relief of perfect vocal function. He would hear his doctor saying with amazement, "The growth has completely vanished. Your vocal cords are perfectly normal." James practiced this faithfully for 6 weeks. During this time, he never visualized the surgery. He never imagined the growth getting larger. He never pictured worst-case scenarios. He watched only one movie, in his mind, the movie of complete healing. After 6 weeks, James returned to his doctor for examination. The physician performed a thorough laryngoscopy, expecting to schedule surgery. But when he looked at James's vocal cords, he stood in stunned silence. "This is medically inexplicable." He finally said, "The growth is completely gone. Your vocal cords are perfect. I can't explain how this happened." James knew exactly how it happened. His mental pictures had commanded his cells to reorganize according to the perfect template he had impressed upon his subconscious mind. Your subconscious accepts vivid mental images as instructions for physical reality. When you repeatedly visualize perfect health with emotional conviction, your subconscious reorganizes your body to match the mental picture. This is not imagination. This is how every healing occurs at the deepest level. The subconscious receives a perfect template and manifests it physically. Here is how you create your own healing movie. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for 15 to 20 minutes. Sit or lie comfortably. Okay? Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and relax completely. Now begin your healing movie. See the affected organ or area of your body. Watch divine healing light. Choose golden, white, or blue, whichever feels right to you, flowing into this area like a gentle stream. See this light dissolving any dysfunction, rebuilding damaged tissue, restoring perfect structure and function. Zoom in close with your mind's eye. See individual cells becoming perfect, healthy, vibrant. Watch as healing occurs at the cellular level. Make it vivid. Make it detailed. Make it real. Okay. Now shift your mental movie to see yourself living with complete health. See yourself doing activities your condition currently prevents. If you have joint problems, see yourself dancing, hiking, moving freely. If you have heart disease, see yourself climbing stairs easily, exercising vigorously, living without limitation. Feel the emotions of perfect health. Feel joy. Feel gratitude. Feel freedom. Feel relief. The more emotion you invest in your visualization, the deeper it penetrates your subconscious mind. Finally, see yourself at your doctor's office. Watch as your physician examines you and declares with amazement, "You're completely healed. Everything is perfect. I don't understand how this happened, but you're in perfect health." Practice this healing movie twice daily, morning and evening, 15 to 20 minutes each session. Watch the same movie every time. Do not change it. Consistency programs your subconscious deeply. Within weeks, you will see evidence that your body is responding to your mental blueprint. Your inner physician is following the template you've provided, reconstructing your body according to the perfect images you've impressed upon your subconscious mind. The emotional roots, why resentment creates arthritis and fear feeds cancer. I must now reveal to you something that may shock you, but which I have observed countless times over 3 decades of ministry. Every physical disease has a mental, emotional origin. This is not metaphor, this is physiological fact. Persistent negative emotions create specific disease patterns in your body. Resentment and bitterness create inflammatory conditions like arthritis. Chronic fear suppresses immune function and allows cancer cells to proliferate. Deep-seated guilt manifests as self-punishing diseases. Constant worry creates digestive disorders and high blood pressure. Your emotions trigger chemical responses in your body. When you feel angry, your body produces stress hormones that create inflammation. When you live in fear, your body suppresses the immune cells that normally destroy cancer cells. When you harbor guilt, your subconscious mind creates conditions that punish you for real or imagined wrong. Chronic emotional patterns create chronic chemical imbalances that eventually manifest as disease. This is why treating only the physical symptom while maintaining the emotional cause guarantees recurrence or the appearance of new symptoms elsewhere in the body. I recall Eleanor Martinez, a woman who came to me with severe rheumatoid arthritis in her hands. For 9 years, she had suffered increasing pain and deformity. Medications provided minimal relief. Her doctors told her this was her permanent condition. She would have to live with progressively worsening disability. During our conversation, I asked Eleanor about her relationships, particularly with family members. Her face hardened immediately. "My sister stole my inheritance," she said bitterly. 10 years ago, when our mother died, she manipulated the situation and took what should have been mine. I'll never forgive her for that. I saw immediately the connection between her emotional bitterness and her physical inflammation. "Eleanor," I said gently, "your resentment toward your sister is creating the inflammation in your joints. The emotional heat of anger has become physical inflammation in your body." She resisted this truth initially, but her pain finally motivated her to try releasing the grudge. For 2 weeks, she practiced intensive forgiveness work. Each day, she would pray for her sister's prosperity and well-being. She affirmed, "I completely forgive my sister. I release all resentment. Divine love flows through me to her. I am free from all bitterness." The practice was difficult. Years of cherished resentment don't dissolve easily. But Eleanor persisted. As she genuinely released the emotional poison of unforgiveness, her physical inflammation began to decrease. Within 3 months, her arthritis had improved by 80% with no change in medication, only emotional healing. Fear is equally destructive, particularly to immune function. I have observed that people who live in constant anxiety about cancer often develop cancer not because anxiety causes cell mutation, but because chronic fear suppresses the natural cancer-fighting mechanisms that exist in every healthy body. Your subconscious mind responds to your dominant emotions by creating corresponding physical conditions. When you hold on to resentment, your subconscious interprets this as a command to create inflammation. When you maintain chronic fear, your subconscious suppresses immune function in response to your emotional state. The solution is emotional healing. You must identify the dominant negative emotion fueling your condition. Is it resentment, fear, guilt, worry? Once identified, you must deliberately release it and replace it with its healing opposite. For resentment, practice deliberate forgiveness, pray for the person you resent, affirm their good, release your grip on past wrongs. For fear, establish faith through the healing techniques you've learned. For guilt, accept divine forgiveness and forgive yourself. For worry, redirect your focus to solutions and positive outcomes. True healing requires treating both the emotional cause and the physical symptom. When you heal the emotional root, physical symptoms often dissolve naturally because you've removed the force that was creating them. The belief archaeology, excavating the buried programs that make you sick. Beneath your conscious awareness lie deeply buried beliefs about your body, beliefs you inherited from your parents, absorbed from culture, and formed through past experiences. These unconscious beliefs are the deepest programs in your subconscious mind, and they determine your physical reality more powerfully than any conscious affirmation. You may consciously affirm perfect health, while buried beliefs sabotage every effort with messages like, "I'm not the healthy type. Disease runs in my family. After 40, everything falls apart. My body can't handle stress." Your subconscious always manifests your deepest beliefs, not your surface wishes. I call the practice of uncovering and changing these beliefs belief archaeology, the skill of excavating hidden, limiting beliefs and replacing them with health-producing truths. Paul Richardson came to me suffering from chronic fatigue that had plagued him for decades. Medical tests showed nothing wrong, yet Paul could barely function. Through careful questioning, I discovered the source. His father had repeated throughout Paul's childhood, "The Richardson men aren't built for hard work, we tire easily." Paul had unconsciously accepted this as genetic truth. For 40 years, this buried belief had programmed his subconscious to create fatigue. Once we identified it, we replaced it with truth. I am filled with divine energy and vitality. My body is strong and tireless. I accomplish great things with ease. Within 6 weeks of daily repetition, his lifelong fatigue vanished. Most hereditary diseases are inherited beliefs, not genetics. When children hear heart disease runs in our family, or we all get diabetes, they unconsciously accept this as their destiny. Their subconscious then works to fulfill the family pattern. Breaking free requires conscious rejection of inherited beliefs. Society constantly reinforces limiting beliefs. Everyone gets sick in winter. Memory fails with age. Your metabolism slows down. These are beliefs, not laws. Accepting them makes them true for you. Rejecting them frees you. Begin belief archaeology today. Complete these sentences honestly. When it comes to my health, I believe my body is. As I age, illness is. My specific organ is. Your answers reveal buried beliefs, programming you're at. Subconscious for health or disease. For each limiting belief, create its opposite truth. I am radiantly healthy at every age. My body is divinely designed for perfect function. Write these new beliefs on cards. Read them aloud 3 times daily with conviction. Within 30 days, new programming begins, replacing old patterns that have controlled your health for years. The contagion of consciousness, how other people's beliefs shape your body. You live in a sea of consciousness. Every day, you absorb beliefs and expectations from everyone around you, family members, doctors, friends, colleagues. When people constantly tell you you look tired, or you're getting old, or you probably get sick like your mother did, their beliefs about you can penetrate your subconscious mind if you accept them. Medical diagnoses become powerful suggestions. Family expectations about hereditary disease act as curses if you don't consciously reject them. Well-meaning concern from loved ones can actually program illness into you through constant reinforcement of limitation. Sarah Cohen came to me after being diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Her doctor repeatedly told her, "You'll probably develop full diabetes within 5 years. It's virtually inevitable, given your numbers and family history." Her well-meaning family began treating her as if diabetes was already fact, monitoring every food choice, expressing constant concern. Despite following medical advice perfectly, Sarah's blood sugar continued worsening. She was absorbing disease through the negative expectations projected onto her by her doctor and family. When I taught her to reject these suggestions and affirm perfect health is my divine right and current reality, her blood sugar normalized within 4 months. Medical diagnoses, especially when delivered with words like chronic, incurable, or inevitable, act as powerful hypnotic suggestions. Your subconscious may accept the doctor's expertise as absolute truth and begin creating the predicted outcome. You can benefit from medical knowledge while refusing to accept limiting prognoses. After any diagnosis, add this phrase: "I hear this information, but my subconscious mind is creating perfect health regardless." When family members constantly remind you of hereditary conditions or treat you as if illness is inevitable, they're programming your subconscious through repetition. You must set gentle but firm boundaries. "I appreciate your concern, but I'm claiming perfect health. Please support my healing, not my illness." People who constantly ask, "How's your condition?" reinforce illness by keeping your attention focused on symptoms. They mean well, but their concern feeds disease. Respond with, "I'm improving every day," or "My healing is progressing wonderfully, regardless of current symptoms." Develop the habit of immediately rejecting negative suggestions about your health. When someone says, "You look sick," silently respond, "I reject that suggestion. I am radiantly healthy." This conscious rejection prevents their belief from penetrating your subconscious. Create a healing alliance with at least one person who believes completely in your recovery, someone who will speak only health, never disease. Limit contact with chronic pessimists during your healing period. Your mental environment must support healing, not undermine it. You control what enters your mental space, and this discrimination is essential to sustained health. The healing day. Structuring your daily life as continuous healing practice. Healing is not something you practice for 20 minutes, then forget about for the rest of your day. Healing is a continuous consciousness you maintain from the moment you awaken until you sleep again. The person who heals miraculously lives differently than the person who remains sick. They think differently, speak differently, act differently, and respond to situations differently every hour of every day. Richard Foster came to me with chronic back pain that had limited his life for 7 years. I didn't just teach him visualization techniques, I taught him to structure his entire day as continuous healing practice. Richard began each morning, before even rising from bed, with 10 minutes of healing affirmation. He used his bathroom routine as a reminder for more affirmations. He blessed his breakfast as healing medicine. During his commute to work, he affirmed spinal health. He used every work break for brief visualization. He blessed his lunch and dinner as nourishment for healing. He ended each day with gratitude for healing received and intensive pre-sleep healing work. Within 3 months, Richard's back pain, which had resisted all conventional treatments for 7 years, was completely gone. His healing day had transformed his body. When you organize your daily life around healing consciousness, your subconscious receives constant reinforcement of perfect health. Sporadic effort produces sporadic results. Integrated daily practice produces permanent transformation. Here is your healing day structure. The moment you awaken, before opening your eyes, affirm, perfect health is manifesting in me now. This will be a wonderful day. Before rising, spend 10 minutes in healing affirmation and visualization. Use your morning routine as continuous healing practice. As you shower, see divine healing light flowing over you. As you dress, affirm vitality. Before breakfast, place your hand over your food and decree, this food nourishes every cell perfectly. Divine intelligence directs every nutrient exactly where needed. Throughout your workday, maintain background awareness of healing occurring. Turn every idle moment into healing time. Traffic delay, affirm perfect health. Waiting in line, practice brief visualization. Coffee break, 5 minutes of intensive healing affirmation. Before lunch and dinner, always bless your food as medicine for your body. After meals, give thanks for the nourishment and healing it provides. In the evening, review your day not for symptoms but for healing progress. Give thanks for healing that has occurred. End your day with a pre-sleep protocol you learned in Chapter 4, 20 minutes of intensive healing work as you drift to sleep. This structure requires no additional time. You're simply converting existing moments into healing opportunities. For 21 days, follow this structure faithfully. After 3 weeks, healing consciousness becomes automatic. Your entire day becomes continuous healing treatment. Your life becomes the medicine, and your consciousness becomes the cure.